and this past weekend, it was the return of the Elite at Full Gear for AEW. Young Bucks, Kenny Omega coming back. Kenny Omega looking fantastic. But my issue with the entire thing that happened this past weekend happened after the show. They had put out a video, and the entire last part of their video was FCM Punk over and over again in the video. For me, personally, I think it's immature. I don't think it's very businesslike, and I don't think it should be done that way. I don't think that you're saying that you can't give us information about what went on during that press scrum and why everybody got upset. But at the same time, you're putting F chants out there for CM Punk and highlighting that on your video. To me, they're trying to fuel a flame, but don't want to answer questions about what's going on. That's driving everybody crazy as far as the news media goes, because they won't answer questions.
Well, you know what I mean? I don't blame them. You know what I mean? The wrestling, backstage sometime, that's kind of our business and not the public business unless, we get ready to let it out there. You know what I'm saying? But, I have to pay attention to a lot of things that I see. This could be a work.
Look,
you know what I mean?
There's part of me, because I was going to mention another turkey. And that other turkey to me, and the biggest turkey of this year, was the press scrum as an event that took place this year. It ruined so much. If it's true that CM Punk is gone, and if it's true that all that stuff went on backstage and they can't get along whatsoever, nothing can get worked out, then the biggest turkey of the year would be Tony Khan. He allowed that to happen, first of all, by allowing what happened at the press conference to take place without stepping in and trying to take control. The follow-up and the news, not letting any news out after they had their investigations. And if it's not a work where CM Punk comes back and works at an angle, which was probably one of the hottest angles that wrestling has seen in multiple years, if it's not that, the turkey of the year is AEW's Tony Khan.
Well, what we'll have to do is we'll have to just sit back and wait and see what happens. You know what I mean? So that's what I say before I even, comment on any of the stuff that I see now. I have to sit back and wait, because I'm telling you, man, you never know when it's a work.
And if I'm being the fantasy booker kind of guy, I'm thinking, man, how great would it be to see CM Punk start coming ringside, just sitting in the audience? The guy who's not welcome there, the guy who's now showing up in the audience, and the old Brian Pillman type of thing, the loose cannon.
Well, that would be good too, But I mean, I'd like to see him make his WWE return.
So you'd rather see him come back? Hey, this is a good thing to talk about here. You would rather see him go back into WWE than you would see him come back into AEW.
Well, yeah, right now I would. I'd rather see him go there, you know what I mean, and try to help those guys out. There's still money in CM Punk, okay? CM Punk can still draw money. So, and like I've always said, Hunter is a businessman, and that's what he's about, that dollar. So I think with CM Punk showing up in WWE would certainly be a shocker. No one's really expecting that right now, but there is a rumor going around, but rumors are rumors. Correct. But to see CM Punk show up and maybe the guy to come in for CM Punk would be Nick Aldis.
We talked about Nick Aldis just last week, I guess it was, and I believe that was our other show on Sportskeeda.
Well, we were talking about him coming in being the guy for Roman Reigns.
Correct.
But just think about that. Nick Aldis never been in WWE. CM Punk makes his big return, and you got Nick Aldis, who I think is an outstanding babyface. So, like I said, that's what I would like to see.
Yeah, for AEW, I'd like to see CM Punk work out and find out that it was all a work. Part of me doesn't believe it's a work, though. It feels more like a shoot, because if it's a work, there were a lot of bad decisions in this work as far as, how they look out to all the fans now, because they've lost a large chunk of their audience has disappeared from all this. So, I'm not sure if it's a work. It was not a smart work.
Well, like you said, Tony Khan is the boss. Okay, yep. So that's the end of the story. That's the bottom line.
And I'm sure I'll get heat for saying that about Tony. And I don't mean it to be mean to anybody. I'm just calling it what it is. It's just a shame that things turned out the way they have so far.